Okay, so this is the last section in module 2, and we're going to be talking about sharing your ideas with other people. This section doesn't really have a lot of new information as far as things that you need to learn, but it's just kind of a nudge to start sharing some of these new discoveries and how to counteract their response if you do feel a little bit of negativity there. So courage starts with showing up and letting ourselves be seen, is a quote by Brene Brown. And it's so true, right? You need to let yourself be seen and start showing up. And that is very, very courageous. So I know for me, something that I used to experience a lot was sort of a chameleon. I would be a bit of a chameleon and I would just kind of blend into whatever crowd that I was in and whatever kind of music there was or whatever we were talking about or that kind of thing. I would just be very agreeable and I could just fit in anywhere. And I always thought that that was kind of a good thing. And it can be in certain scenarios, right? But I found when I started sharing a bit more of my uniqueness of the things that I enjoy, even if I thought they were a bit strange and it felt a little uncomfortable and embarrassing to share it, that it actually made me feel really good and it strengthened me because I realized I was really just allowing myself to get out of the blending in and showing up more as who I really am. So there's really no magic method at this point that I can tell you to start sharing if it is something that you're afraid of. You just need to get started. So what you can do is you can review the worksheet that you did in this last exercise of, what you enjoy and what you think that you want to start doing, and pick maybe just one or two things that you want to start with and that you would be willing to share with other people. And if it's something that you feel like you have tried sharing before and you've gotten a poor response or anything like that, the thing is you probably know who is safe and who is not to share things with. And by safety, I mean, like, who do you know you could tell that would support you right away? Or who do you know that you might tell that you could get a bad response back and end up feeling worse about sharing it? The main idea here is not to tell people first that you crave approval from the most. There's probably somebody in your life that you would love if they would just honor and accept you for who you are. It might not be the best to go to them first if you're not typically getting that reaction from them, because that'll end up harming you more than helping. So find people in your life that you know are going to give you encouragement. And if you don't have anybody, you know that we have a community here, right? I've said it in every single video. So share with the group and for support here. And you can even in there, like, share, like, I don't really have anybody to talk to. So I'm hoping that you guys will help encourage me and support me, and we can root you on and be there for you. So I'm not going to promise, again, that you will receive a positive response with anybody that you talk to. They might think that you're kind of weird or try to talk you out of it. You also might hear people say something like, well, that doesn't sound like you. And they're going to start trying to sort of accuse you of not being authentic because this isn't the you that they've always known. But that's just the thing. It's just not the you that they've always known. So you can kind of remind them that this is just something new that you're trying, right? And any thoughts that they have is not just that of like who they think you are, but it might be the limiting thoughts that they have based on fear or protection. So they might think that you can't handle going out and doing something on your own, or if it's you're trying a new adventure, they might, try to talk you out of it because they don't want to see you get hurt. But if you know that you're safe, that's the only thing that matters, right? And they also have a right to their opinion, and it doesn't have to impact you. So to try to disconnect from the fact that whatever they say does not have to be true. It's your thoughts about it that make it true or not, right? Or they might even support you. So that could be great. If you do end up getting some surprise support from people that you never would have expected, that's always really helpful. They could surprise you. I remember a couple of years ago that there was an April Fool's thing going around where people were sharing on social media these big dreams that they were going after. So somebody said they just, quit their job and bought a food truck and they're going to go travel and, do bakery stuff, whatever. And it was totally an April Fool's joke, but they had tons of comments of support underneath that people were so happy for them for doing it and going for it. And I saw it over and over again. There were multiple examples of that. So really, if you did do something that felt kind of crazy, you might be surprised at how many people could support you with that. And it's okay to ask for what you need. Again, this is something to continue practicing in this program, in this self-worth, is to just, say, I really need your support on this. I'm going to do it anyway. And it would be a lot easier if you help me out with this, or if you just, gave me your blessing. I understand that maybe you're trying to protect me, right? You can have these conversations with them and just say, this is what I need from you. And if you can't get it from them, and if they refuse, you may need to just sort of disconnect from that for a little while you're trying these new things and until you're ready to communicate more. So in this section, there is no worksheet to be done. There's nothing to go. Again, this is just a practice one. So get out there, start trying. And if you want to do something, you can definitely journal about your experience, and really like, what do you like? What are you enjoying? What are you not enjoying? What are these conversations that you're having? And how can you get it to like not really mean anything about you if you're not getting the support, all of that. Just really write it out if you need to. And of course, in the community, come on in, bring your observations, and let us support you. So this is the end of the second module. So in module 3, we're going to be talking more about determining your values. It's going to be a real short module. We're just going to be going over the how to determine it and then what to do with them. And I think you're going to really enjoy it. So I will see you there.